N'Golo Kanté is one of the best defensive midfielders to ever play in the Premier League and possibly the greatest of all time. I would say his haters have said otherwise, but Kanté doesn't seem to have any haters. Many may say the likes of Yaya Touré or even Rodri are better than the Frenchman, yet none of them can deny the class of N'Golo Kanté. But how did he become one of the best, you might ask? Well, N'Golo Kanté was born and raised in Paris to his Malian parents. He grew up playing football on the streets and shown brilliance at a young age. He got picked up at the age of 8 by JS Suresnes in the western suburbs of Paris. He stays at Suresnes for a decade, never being acknowledged by big clubs due to his small stature and selfless style of play, which made him stand out less. During his time at Suresnes, he was rejected by Clairefontaine. At his last season with Suresnes, he scored 10 goals in the 9th division, which picked up the attention of Arsenal's Arsene Wenger, but the deal never went through. He joined Boulogne in the 2nd division and made his professional debut against Monaco in the last game of the season in a 2-1 defeat. He played the final 11 minutes and replaced Virgil Reset. In his 2nd season, he scored his first senior goal in a 1-0 victory against Luzenac.
Légumes, donc c'est sur les quais du...
Voilà, je vous coupe avec le deuxième but pour Boulogne, qui vient crucifier l'équipe de l'association sportive.
During his time at Boulogne, he gained an accounting degree as he thought he wouldn't properly make it as a footballer. In 2013, he got a move to Ligue 2 side Caen. In his first season with Caen, he played every single league game and scored in just his 2nd game for them with a brilliant outside-the-box shot. The following season, Kanté stayed with Caen, showing his brilliance off to the top flight and also assisting his team to stay at the top level. He was sent off in a 1-0 home loss to Stade Rennes. He scored the first goal of the season in a 3-0 win at Evian. During that season, he won the ball more times than any player in Europe, which gained the attention of everyone in the footballing world. In the 15-16 season, he joined Leicester City in a £5.6 million deal. Kanté brought his brilliance to the Premier League, making his debut against Sunderland in a 4-2 home win. Kanté was one of the most important players in the season where, if you didn't know already, Leicester won the Premier League in a historic season, which won't be replicated in our lifetime. Kanté was brilliant for Leicester in his debut season and was recognized for that across the world. He earned much praise for his brilliant defensive and ball-winning work and was easily the Premier League's best defenders player that season. In April, he was one of 4 Leicester players to be named in the PFA Team of the Year. By the end of the season, Kanté had managed 175 tackles, 31 more than any other player, and 157 interceptions, 15 more than any other player, topping the defensive stats at the end of the 2015-16 Premier League season. On the 16th of July 2016, Kanté signed a 5-year deal with Chelsea, who reportedly paid £32 million in transfer fees. Arsenal allegedly backed out of the deal due to agent fees involved, which totaled more than $10 million, instead opting to sign current Leverkusen man Granit Xhaka. N'Golo was given the number 7 jersey, which later became an iconic number for him. Chelsea were an unstoppable force that season, winning the Premier League title and the FA Cup over Manchester United, and picked up the Man of the Match award. Kanté scored his first goal for Chelsea in a 4-0 defeat to the same side he beat in the FA Cup final. After his move to London, many people doubted N'Golo Kanté, saying he was a one-season wonder and he would flop at the Blues. Instead of being an overpriced flop, N'Golo had a glowing debut season and became the first player to win 2 Premier League titles in a row for 2 separate clubs, after Eric Cantona did it in 1992-1993 with Leeds United and Manchester United. When Kanté played his former side Leicester City, he beat them 3-0 and picked up a Man of the Match performance. He was also later named PFA Player, Player of the Year, the FWA Footballer of the Year, and the Premier League Player of the Season. Kanté was nominated for the Ballon d'Or that same season. In 2018, Kanté resigned a deal with Chelsea, adding 5 years onto his contract, making him the highest-paid Chelsea player at the time. He scored a brilliant nutmeg goal versus Tottenham Hotspur in the EFL Cup.
And it came out to Kanté! And Chelsea level it up! N'Golo Kanté with the crispest of connections. And the Blues are bound.
Don't have anyone on there. Every Spurs player's in the penalty area. Nobody close enough to be able to put any pressure on N'Golo Kanté. He has all the time in the world to compose himself, get his strike ready.
That season, he started in the Europa League final against fellow London rivals Arsenal, where he dominated Arsenal's midfield and beat them 4-1. In the next season, he started off by getting an injury versus Valencia in the Champions League with an ankle injury. When he returned from injury, he scored the only goal for Chelsea in 2-1 loss, which ended up being the Premier League goal of the month. During that season, Kanté revealed that he denied a move to PSG, saying that he enjoyed it in London and had faith with the Chelsea project. In the 2020-2021 season, many of the games were suspended due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but some games were allowed to go on. Just nobody was allowed to go inside stadiums. In the Champions League, Chelsea went on an incredible run, and this was all because of N'Golo Kanté. After Kanté's match-winning performances in Chelsea's run-up to the final of the Champions League season, several pundits claimed him to be the successor to former France and Chelsea player Claude Makélélé, who is considered to be one of the best defensive midfielders of all time. For his performances throughout the season, Kanté was named the UEFA Men's Player of the Year on the 26th of August 2021, but lost out to Chelsea teammate Jorginho in the UEFA Men's Player of the Year. 21st June 2023, Kanté agreed to sign for Saudi Pro League club Al Ittihad on the 1st of July due to the expiration of his Chelsea contract. He has scored 2 goals so far in the Saudi Pro League, but is not performing as well as he once was. For his country, Kanté has been brilliant and has recently been called up for the UEFA Euro 2024, despite many people calling him washed up and a shell of what he once was. Although there has only been 3 games at the time of recording, N'Golo Kanté has proved why he still deserves to be picked for France, despite his performance at club level not being the best. N'Golo Kanté is easily one of, if not the greatest defensive midfielder of all time, and has shown that time and time again. His story, from accountant to great, is something truly inspiring, and is something young, aspiring boys should look up to. Goodbye, and thank you for watching.